storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.
What is up, Storm Chasers? We got to get into this update on Ray J and Kim K and the whole sex tape trial that takes place this summer. Baby, they doing their depositions right now, and they going at it. You know, so far we didn't see some Mrs. Norwood respond, and Ray J has responded, and Kim K and Kris Jenner. But I wanted to go to Ray J's deposition, okay, because he says that the Korn CEO, meaning the CEO of Vivid Entertainment by the name of Steve Kirsch, will actually be testifying at the trial. Okay, Korn boss who will prove who really released Kim's sex tape. All right. Ray J says he's ready to bring out a major witness in his ongoing war with Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner over the infamous sex tape, and as someone who he claims would know exactly what went down. This guy right here by the name of Steve Kirsch. He is the CEO of Vivid Entertainment. I don't even know if Vivid Entertainment is still in business. I don't know. But they were big, especially really like before the internet era. They were the top of the line Korn. And let me just say this too, right? You know, I'm always telling y'all to learn how to read faces, learn how to read people. You know what I mean? Is it just me, or does this guy not look like the head of a Korn company? He looks like a male Korn star himself. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how somebody tell you what they do for a living, or what kind of business they run, or what kind of business they're in, and you look at them and you just go, yeah, pretty much. All right, so anyway, that's Steve Hirsch. Well, I call him Steve Kirsch. Steve Hirsch. The singles lawyer, Howard King, tells TMZ if Kim and Kris continue denying they work with Vivid Entertainment boss Steve Hirsch to release the tape, King's team is prepared to call Hirsch himself to testify. TMZ broke the story. Both Kim and Kris filed sworn declarations this week saying they did not mastermind a plan to release the tape. Okay. Those statements were made under oath. King claims the mother-daughter duo flat out lied. King insists Hirsch could confirm the role he says Kim and Kris played in the orchestrating of the tape's rollout back in 2007. He also fired a warning shot at Kim specifically, saying if she hopes to one day become a lawyer, making sworn statements that aren't true could seriously backfire and subject her to criminal perjury prosecution. And this girl is still hollering about she want to be an attorney. I don't know why she's so stuck on this being an attorney stuff. Maybe it's because, you know, her dad was. Maybe she wants to prove to herself that she's more than somebody that you know, just lays on their back. But to me, like, you made something out of that tape. You guys have created $1 billion empire. I don't know why you're still aspiring for more. Just focus on them chillings and keep letting your mama pimp you like she do and go about your business, okay? But boy, to be young again, they didn't know how life was going to work out. She didn't know, excuse me, that she was going to go on to have 4 kids with a rapper. And Ray J was going to be, you know, damn near on his deathbed, still fighting for his life. Okay, that was in 2006. Wow, literally 20 years ago. Don't a lot change in 20 years. Hey, Kim, I know you missed this figure, Kim. Kim, I know you missed this figure. Kim, I know you missed that figure. You should have kept that face too. That face. You should have kept that face. All right. Quick reality check. We've reported this for years now. There's no legal way Vivid could have released the sex tape without Ray and Kim signing off on it. That's a fact. So that part's not really in dispute. The debate now is really about how involved Kim and Kris were in making the deal. In her declaration last week, Kris said it's absolutely false if Ray J or anyone else claims she was involved in the commercial exploitation of her daughter through the sex tape. Okay. And this is how Ray J look now. Ooh, he looked bad. He looked like life then wore him down. He looked like life then wore him down. You hear me? And baby, them spirits that's on him is kicking his ass and draining him. Not all these ass, kicking his ass and draining him. Now, In old interviews, Hirsch, who no longer owns Vivid, okay, got it. He said Kris had no role in selling the tape. As you know, Kim and Kris filed a lawsuit against Ray. Okay, we know all that part. So I wanted to go to, there goes Steve Hirsch. I said Steve Kirsch. Steve Hirsch on Vlad TV. This interview was replayed on September 11th, 2022. Vivid CEO Stephen Hirsch on how the Kim K and Ray J deal came together. All right, so let me go ahead and put in my headphones. And let's listen to this together. Okay, fair use, but you know how Vlad get, so we only gonna listen to the audio.
Mm-hmm.
You guys essentially, I mean, the celebrity sex tape business,
right?
You guys essentially own that space.
We've been fortunate, and we've been very successful. And I think that along with that success brings more movies our way. So I think it really started with the Pam and Tommy tape. That was the first one that we did. And we sort of got a reputation for knowing how to distribute and how to market. And then there was a few small ones. There was the Janine and Vince Neil tape came after that. But, Kim really broke it wide open. The Kim Kardashian tape was really an amazing phenomenon. And after that, sort of the floodgates opened and many more sort of celebrities felt comfortable.
Well, the interesting thing about celebrity sex tapes is that when you sort of talk to the outside, population, it almost seems like it's presented as this tape leaked and I had no idea how it happened and it's out there and I'm not making any money off of it and so forth. But the reality is, from what I know about the porn industry, is that you can't legally put out anything like that, any sort of, pornography without having everyone sign off, without having licenses, driver's license identification, and, a bunch of different contracts. That means that everyone's actually involved.
Well, celebrity sex tapes, they come in all different shapes and sizes, and they make their way to our office in many different ways. And I think
he even talk like a little weasel, don't he? Don't he talk and sound like a little pervert? But yes, it has to be signed off on. Absolutely. To be like commercially released. Yes, it does.
I think what you see is that sometimes a tape will come to us and the person who's in it, the celebrity who's in it, will be upset about it, very upset about it. I think Kim is a perfect example. I mean, she went absolutely crazy.
Okay, so let's talk about the Kim Kardashian tape. Talk about the whole story about how you obtained it and what actually happened afterwards.
Well, it was brought to us by a third party. Felt like the proper paperwork that we
Who was the third party?
Needed was in place. That came along with it. Now, that ultimately wasn't the case, but we went out there and said, look, we feel comfortable releasing this movie. Ultimately, we were able to have a conversation with Kim after much back and forth and lots of legal stuff going on. But ultimately, she agreed to allow us to put out the tape. We paid her several $1 million. It was an amazing investment for us. And I think it worked out pretty good for her as well.
Woo, baby. Somebody come pay me $7 million for a tape. Who wanna make a tape with me? We can get paid, baby. No, I'm just playing. Don't worry like that no more. Quite. Ooh, baby, I wouldn't have been crying. I mean, I guess I would have had to put on the show like, oh my God, I'm so upset. I'm so hurt. Oh my God. I wouldn't have gave a damn. I'd have been cashing them Vivid checks at the bank. I'm rich, very rich. Okay.
But ultimately, yes, we need to get an agreement. I think what you see the back and forth in the press is what happens prior to that, when somehow a tape does leak or a tape is stolen and it does find its way to my desk. And then we sort of reach out and say, look, we'd like to put this out. And the reality is, you can decide not to do a deal with us. That's fine. We will walk away and have nothing to do with it. But the internet's a funny place, and these things seem to find their way out to the internet ultimately. So why don't you come along for the ride, make some money with it, and perhaps it can enhance your career.
Do you guys still ultimately own the actual Kim Kardashian sex tape?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
On your website and so forth.
Correct.
I'd heard a rumor that she was trying to buy it back. Any truth in that?
Well, we were approached about, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago by somebody who, I don't know who they were representing, but it may or may not have been Kim who was interested in purchasing the rights to the movie. Ultimately, we didn't make that deal. It wasn't enough money. And I'm not sure what they were really trying to buy. I mean, there were millions of copies out there, either on the internet or on DVD. I'm not sure what that would have accomplished. But yeah, we were approached. It was right before her first marriage to Kris Humphries.
At the time, I mean, now Kim Kardashian is a household name. But at the time, she was virtually unknown outside of, like the Los Angeles circles. Why pay that type of money for an essentially unknown person?
Well, a couple things. First of all, Kim was not unknown. She came from a very famous family. Her father represented OJ. Her best friend was Paris Hilton. Her stepfather was Bruce Jenner. I mean, okay. There was a lot there for us to work with. But it wasn't until there was so much back and forth that this thing was like gaining steam. By the time we ultimately made the deal with Kim, she was a household name before the movie even came out because there was so much back and forth legally.
Interesting. And then she had just got the show. So it all came together all at one time. The tape, the show, the fame, the this and that, it catapulted her into stardom.
So the actual process of trying to put it out made
really
her a star.
Really enhanced it. No, I think what made Kim a star, and I'd like to take all the credit for it, but I don't think I can. And clearly the movie was a part of it, but it was the team that she surrounded herself with after. It was the marketing people, that all the people, her manager, her agents, all of those people were the ones who put together a plan that made Kim who she is today.
Okay, so they're gonna show this evidence in court. When the interview with Vlad, he didn't say Kris orchestrated it, but what he said was he got the tape from a third party. Now the question is, who is the third party? Okay, who is the third party? Who's the third party? Kris saw the vision. Facts. Ray J was outmanaged and outmaneuvered by the Kardashians. Absolutely. Damn, I need a manager in my life like Kris Jenner. Who want to manage Storm? Okay, big Storm, not the little one. That's what I need in my life. That kind of, I mean, the way she go get that bird, the way Kris go get that cash. They say that the devil works hard, but Kris works harder. Let me find me a manager that really want to go get that money. It's hard to find people that really want to go get that money nowadays. Everybody's so lazy. They don't want it like that. They really don't want it for real. We low-key got it too easy with the internet. Back in the day, you really had to go get that money. Yeah, big Storm, not the little one. Low-key, back in the day, pre-internet, you had to go get that cash. Yeah. Have Kris manage that kitty. You hear me? You hear me? They made me know how to go get that money. They know how to go get that money, get the money. They want the money, just not the work. Yeah, they lazy. Don't want to work. Talking about they tired. Ain't got no kids, but can't get out of bed. Don't want to wash their coochie. Just want to sit up and watch YouTube and eat flaming hot Cheetos all day. Who want that bag? I want that bag. You hear me? Leadership is the kitty. You hear me? And you lead with your kitty first, kitty forward. That's all these girls want to do now. Lay up and eat flaming hot Cheetos. Lay up with a stank cooch. Underarm stinking too. Ain't even brushed their teeth. Ain't even ran a brush or a comb through that head. Take the wig right out the pack and don't even fluff it out. Put no spray in it or nothing. Kris worked to get the Murph for the city. You hear me? Kris Jenner went from Rob Kardashian to Caitlyn Jenner. I'm not talking about nobody in particular. I'm just saying people is lazy. They don't even go and get a winter coat. Kris is a Scorpio. She's not bothered. Well, yeah, that's very true. That's very true. All right, people. Well, we gonna continue to follow the story. All right, like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. By the way, just so y'all know, in about 40-ish minutes, wait, let me go to it. in about 40-ish minutes, I have an interview premiering on this channel. Okay. I have an interview premiering on this channel. Okay. Exclusive. Dr. Umar's ex-assistant claims secret relationship, filthy house, and missing donations. All right. This is his latest assistant that actually just quit as of last month. She quit as of last month. Okay. So that interview will premiere in about 53 minutes. I said 40 something, in about 53 minutes. Okay. Is it? Oh no, it's somebody different. You see the girl on the cover? That ain't Lene. Lene is light skinned it with gray hair. This is a young girl. This is a young girl. You hear me? She was 23 when she met Umar, so she's 24 now. Yeah. This is a young girl right here. Wait till you hear about this nasty ass shit. Is it pre-recorded? Yes, my dear. It's a premiere. Yes. All right. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you care, and I will catch you guys.
It's Storm Show. Ay, it's Storm Show.